Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. Okay, Ian has kindly challenged me with the white pieces because Ian and I have had two games in which I'm black. So I've got the white pieces in this one, which is a lot of fun, and I'm going to play e4, which is a move with a lot of past and a lot of future. It's a good move. Get the bishop out, get the queen out, control the centre. Ian's going to play the Perts. Okay, this one against Tom. I mean, I thought of taking here, and I guess that might drive a swap of queens. Although, because if rook takes, I don't know if Tom watches this thing. I suppose it doesn't matter. Well, this isn't terminal because the rook can go in the way. Well, loses the pawn though, right? It's not great. So I think you've got to play bishop takes here. But I don't know. It looks like an endgame when he's got the two bishops and I've got a slightly weaker pawn structure. That could end badly. So instead, I'm going to play this, fully aware that this could happen. Which I wouldn't mind, because I think then it means that White's trading in the two bishops. I don't think we're doing great here, but I don't think we're doing badly either. I don't think it's a fiasco. I don't know. The knight looks good there, right? The knight looks good there. That's what I'm going to do. This is the game against Nick. This is really hard. I feel like, you know, every move we don't resign is good. I don't know. I mean, look how windy the king is. You know, there's no sort of... So let's just say we play b5, which we could play. White plays that. What do we do about that? We sort of do this with the queen or something, do we? And then after this, sort of do this. And then after this, we can resign. So I guess we have to do this. Then after this, we can resign. It's quite, I mean, yeah, call it a rook, doesn't matter. So that's all quite tricky, isn't it? So we have to stop all that coming. How do we stop that coming? Okay, I'm going to play rook here, and I've got a cunning and subtle idea, which will be revealed. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm sure Nick doesn't watch this. Go here, here, takes, check. And I'll kind of settle for this, which is probably losing. But, you know, black may have some chances. I just don't think... I think otherwise, that pawn's just marching. You can't take off the knight. Well, what I'm trying to do is take off the knight. I mean, on a different day, you could just resign this, frankly. But that's not the day I'm on. I'm living this day. Yeah. Okay, this is Stuart just pumping out the theory. Take on f6. Who takes on f6 in this position? Bishop Queen e2. Queen e2 is quite a good move. Queen e2 is a move for grown-ups. So in which case, I hope nobody catches me playing it because they might find me out. Didn't we promise queen here, and didn't we just see so many beautiful variations here? This. So this is threatening mates. I think effectively black has to take. And now... Can't go there because I'll just take it. This, and I suppose this or something. Or maybe you could just possibly just do this. And look, and this. And then what's to say? What's to say is that I think White's winning that endgame extra pawn and a better minor piece. But, you know, you can't be sure of anything, right? What if I just take the knight with the bishop? It's totally fine. But it's not as interesting as this move, which is probably not such a good move. Rook takes. We take a whole queen for free. There's no mate, is there? No. Okay. Let's get it all off then. Horde coach. Okay, Horde coach. I really appreciate you playing against me. I'm going to take here. on the basis that I'm opening up the bishop, I'm swapping off pawns. I think I've got more material than you if you add it up. You know, because there's 30 odd of these. What is there here? 5, 8, 11, 20. I don't know what to call that. 3. 23, 26, 29, 34, and then another 8 is 42, whereas there's fewer than 42 pawns. Look, at the end of the day, I'm swapping. I'll also take here at some point, but only when it suits me. This one, I think it's bad to open the A file, right? So maybe you can push. Keep it closed. Just an idea at this point. An idea that I've played. Should we defend this then, and also indirectly defending the bishop with the rook? Here, this is a game against Liam. Oh, it's really difficult. I think I want to take this pawn with the knight. Anyone got a problem with that? Bishop here. Check. Which pretty much forces the bishop to return. Okay, so that won't happen. Liam's too good for that. So what you got, Liam? I should know this, but you know, life's too short, right, to analyse chess positions when you're playing chess. Now I say it like that, seems ridiculous. Okay, this one, I've got a plan here, I've looked at this. The bishop's backed off, I think with a view to playing h5. So I am going to strike while the iron's hot and push this pawn. So let's see what's likely to happen. Push, there, takes, takes. Wow. We'll see about that as and when that happens. Or, but if actually black just takes... Oh, black might take the queen. I mean, it's completely possible. I would say probably quite desirable for this to happen. Pinning the rook against the king. I mean, you put a knight in the way, but it doesn't really help much. You know, black sacked a piece there. I don't know, I feel it's somewhat suboptimal. I don't think going down here is going to help anything. I suppose it hits the rook. I suppose I could take a pawn on the queen side. What, and just weather the storm? It's really foolish. But you know, I live to be foolish, right? That's what it's all about, a bit of foolishness. Never hurt anybody except that it did. So my opponents played this move, trying to chip away. Tempted to swap, no? Tempted to swap the pawns, tempted just to get the material down. I don't think that's the world's greatest move, but it's not the worst either. Okay, this is calm and thoughtful. Wow, this endgame is going to be something else, isn't it? It's going to be something else. It's going to be really complicated. Okay. Let's move the knight into a commanding position. He said confidently. That probably gets rid of some pins as well, doesn't it? Well, we're about to find out. The king's reasonably well covered. Okay, so Keith's taken this bishop. Well, I could take the knight, but then you lose a whole queen. You basically got to take a queen here. Now there's no intermezzo, is there, for black? Gareth. I just can't help thinking there's prospects for a real raid here from black. I mean, look, what does this look like? Takes, takes. What does this look like? Takes, takes. Isn't black just winning this? Maybe not quite. The sacrifice might not be necessary. Okay, I think for now I'm going to play the build-up play. And assume that's alright. I mean, I suppose the thing to look at is here. If you come here, can I take here? There, and probably I'm okay. Probably black is okay there. And also, by the way, after you go bishop here covering e6, after knight here, there's probably a bailout, isn't there? I mean, this might be a bailout, although it's not very pretty. Oh, it's not because the rook's hanging, look. Well, we say that, but that's quite a useful move. The whole thing looks like chaos, doesn't it? Well, the whole thing is chaos. No idea what I think of all this, really. Okay, such a complicated position. Should we just get the bishop into a better position and hope there's no mind-bending crisis? Well, this already is a mind-bending crisis, frankly. Okay. Should we give this annoying check, or does it just help white to develop? I don't think anyone enjoys a check like that, do they? What about e5? We talked about e5. Is it defended, isn't it? It's quite a good move, this. e5. Gotta take it, I think. You can't, I mean, if you back off, you just take here. And also the king's open. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is takes. Queens are off. And I start hunting it. And I get hunted in return. Okay. Yeah. Just play e5. There's not many times in life you get the chance. I mean, if the queen gets into trouble, there's a check here. 1, 2, 3 defenders, 1, 2, 3 attackers. What could possibly go wrong? Quite a lot, probably. We'll find out, won't we? The hard way. This one, I'm going to have to look at my little database here, because I know Justin's such a high-class player that he'll have. Everyone plays Queen C2 apparently, so let's go against all chess wisdom and just mindlessly play the move. This, okay, Bishop D3, so sensible, isn't it? So we castle and we've got to be aware of E5 and then a taking on H7, although I don't think that's close at the moment. Okay. It's like a Sicilian, but I think how about this, Ian? The Russian game, the Petrov defence. We love it. I played out a line in the Scotch, just reminding myself I was never going to play that line in reality. Well, I might do again, you never know. Okay. Okay. Sidewinder, no less. Okay, all very good. So, have I made a move in my other horde game? I don't think... maybe the coach hasn't made a move. I think that's the point. Here, oh no, I've made. And I've made. I like my games of Horde. Okay, here we're about to lose on time in this complicated position. Let's look where it's come from. It's come from a Caro with knight d2, knight b3, trying to stop the c5 break. Swapping the light square bishops. Now that knight is there. Queen's getting pushed around. Bully's getting returned to base. Should I play h3 and g4? Or is that just complete madness? Should I just play a quiet move like rook c1 and then put the knight in? Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I just play a quiet move and see what black thinks he's got. Please try making your move again. It worked. Okay, next. This one, wow. Mind-boggling, isn't it? Mind-boggling. As the internet writer said, it's mind-boggling. I cracked myself up. Alright, put the rook on the open file. That's all I'm saying. At this time, that's all I'm saying. This is a theoretical position, isn't it? And you're meant to take the pawn and then they take on e4 on your castle or something. How do you even look that up? Book? Yeah, it's famous. I mean, you play e4, e4, yeah, and then you take here and c4. Yeah, good move. They take their your castle and you leave them to it, doing their crazy things. Didn't take the pawn, probably rightly. I don't immediately know what the punishment is, but it looks pretty scary. Bishop's right inside, and there's various initiatives that can get thrown up. So this one we just take right on c4 and just allow it all to happen. But there's no e5, is there? Why can't you do e5? Why can't you do e5? Okay, I don't know what's going on. e4. Bishop b4. People do play e5 and it backfires colossally. For reasons I don't understand. Yeah. Okay, well, is there sort of an... do we have to play this very uncompromising line? Is there not sort of... is there not a more steady... I suppose if you wanted to play steady, you wouldn't have played e4, would you? What's the main line that they all play? They all play e4. Yeah, they all play e4 here. Then bishop b4 is the top move. Oh, I see. Bishop g5 is a very popular move, but probably not a very good one. I don't really want to play a not very good move. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take that pawn and, you know, deal with the consequences. To be fair, my opponent's not that high rated, so it might be alright. This, I think you meant to play bishop e2 here, not take. This, I mean, when would knight c6 ever be wrong in this position? About to find out. Pieces flying all over the place here. It's very hard to follow what's going on. I think, are we a piece up? 1, 2, 3, 4 plays 1, 2, 3. We're one piece up. We're looking to go another piece up. But I think for now I'm going to defend my knight on g5. I think that's the soundest course of action. Makes me look like a chess grown-up, which is an image I'm really trying to cultivate. And black still has a hanging bishop. Oh, this... Well, I think you meant to play... I did look... I think you can actually take the rook and survive, but I haven't really had time to do the analysis, and therefore I'll be playing bishop e7. There we go. Gothenburg. This has been such a cute game. It went like this. d4 knight, c4. This is a shock, this knight. And then we attack with e4, then we go here. Takes. You can't take the knight on c6 because queen takes and then knight takes f2, check wins the rook in the corner. Defend f2. That was a meeting mood I don't understand. Takes, just winning a piece. And now it's white's move. Knight c3. Take the queens off. Alright, we'll take the queens off. It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? But it's also a little bit necessary in such positions. Oh, what's this? Okay, well. All's well that ends well, right? Blocking attacks and hitting the bishop. Show the world your chess skill. That's my tournament. Should we see how it's going? 42% complete already. Chess is amazing. It's because the early rounds, everyone's involved in the early rounds, so in a way lots of the play goes on early. Okay. I don't understand this move a5. I don't understand a lot of things about chess. What if I just push here? I'm going to have to take that way. Things are really coming home to roost, eh? I think white's a bit better here. Iron Throne of the Seven Kingdoms. Well, well, well. 87% done. We're in a tough group here, but well, I don't think so actually. I think we can get out of this group. Our rating is artificially low at the moment. It should be back between 2,000 and 2,100. I think is where it normally sits. It's artificially low because I've been losing a bunch of chess games. Now some would say that's not artificial. That's how rating works, but I know differently. I know it's artificial. What about if I play b3? Oh, let's just stop the queen taking. It's alright. The queen's tied down, but my rook's also tied down. My rook's tied down, but the queen's tied down, so we're equals. Okay. Well, let's do this without really knowing why. But it's defended, right? Might cause a bit of chaos. Let's attack a pawn with these newly escaped rooks. Okay, here I think there's a plan of playing rook b4 and then doubling. I think you might actually win here. I think this is probably quite useful. There's no a3, of course. I don't know, push this, wouldn't you? Can't be silly, can it, that? I need to have this function when it goes on to the next game automatically. Reti number 2. Okay, well, I actually don't know what's going on here. But that looks like a decent square for my knight. these, I'm just attacking pawns and hopefully picking them off. Okay, wow, they're all turning out the same, aren't they, with these rook developments? Okay, well, why mess with perfection? Got your rooks nice and active, developed in a very slightly unconventional way. Look, here we were tricky here because that bishop was pinned. It couldn't take, but white's been very stoic and played this move. If we can land that knight on e3, we're doing really well, actually. Probably doing really well anyway. Now I got this wrong. I think, didn't I win I won a queen, but this is a mate, I think. I won the queen earlier on, this is a mate. Oh! Why can't I do that? I can do that, can't I? Yay! Checkmate is the objective of chess. What tournament is this? In my own tournament? Yeah, it's in my own tournament. So how am I doing in my group then? Yes! I've got that. I'm on the scoreboard. That's gotta feel good. It's gotta feel good. Okay. I don't think it was really a particular struggle, that one, was it? They talk about chess being a struggle. Well, it wasn't a huge struggle, that game, if we're honest. Is it refusing to go? Does that mean it's time for to stop the broadcast? It's because I've got to go to bed as well. Oh, there's one left against Aaron. Let's play against Aaron. Come on. What do we do against Aaron? She's played a French defence, and I played the advanced variation. She played it perfectly, but then here, you're not meant to move the bishop. You've got to take on b4 or d4. Because now I get this monster pawn centre. White's move, right? Why don't we attack that knight and threaten to take it? That must be very worrying. It's actually, I think I probably would take it, but I don't think it's that good a move. So we're here then. I think this is everything. I would do a couple of tactics problems or play a game of Horde, but I'm really tired and it's 10 past midnight. It's up till 1:30 last night making videos. It's kind of brutal, but if you commit to doing one every day, maths and chess, it gets a lot better. Well, I hope you feel it's got a lot better, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye-bye.